being where that one was, so I hit tick. On the seat of the pants dyno. Because it's coming out, look. Right, I've just made a map which has got retarded ignition timing and a little bit more fuel. I will show you that later. But I'm now going to flash that onto the bike, and I'm actually, while that's doing that, I'm going to put the small pulley on. Right, I've got my small pulley on now, and I've been out on the street tuning it and getting it dialed in, and it's pretty sweet. So you're going to see how I got on. There's a lot of mapping in the beginning of the video with Tune ECU. It's showing how I've done this and stuff. So if that's not your thing, all the road testings later on in the video. Important change procedure. Important. Always use the original pulley. Blah blah blah, doesn't really say anything worthwhile. Right, to change the pulley, carefully follow the below procedure. Disconnect the battery. No, we haven't done that. Remove the belt from the pulley. We'll do that without rotating the pulley. Carefully loosen the 6 Torx bolts from the pulley. Remove the pulley. Right, well that's rubbish. Remove the belt and then don't rotate the pulley. How are you going to get the bolts undone? With the belt off. That's rubbish. We don't want that. Right. This is why I don't read instructions. Well, I do briefly sometimes. But this is a beautiful piece of engineering by TPS. All this case and stuff like that. Right, we're going to leave the belt on and undo. I don't have a T30 bit, so I'm going to use this little thing and a spanner. Oh, that's that one. That's that one. That one. That one. That one. And that one. See, there's no holes in here to lock it or anything like that. What I have got to take note of is how many grooves are showing, because this pulley is wider than this one and it's wider than the belt, so you've got to get it in the right place for it to run true. I found that out the hard way when I first installed it. That's why all this rubber, and you can see the belts like that. Right. So I'm assuming the belt will be okay because it's only 5mm smaller. Right, where's that pulley? That's the difference in size, not much. Okay. I will remember to do them up. Someone pointed out on Instagram that that pulley is tensioning the wrong way, but that is the way it's made, because if you go that way, I don't know if you can see that bit on the case doesn't line up, so it's designed to go around that way. Right, lovely. Right, let's go for a ride, see what happens. So in the last video I was smoothing out a flat spot, and I'll show you whereabouts that was. I originally tried to work out where it was. Well, I did actually work out roughly where it was by using my poor man's data logger and finding the corresponding cells on there and then adjusting it in the fuel trim. But now I've learned to use graphic mode, which is really helpful, and I really love using it now. It sorts a lot of stuff out. So to do that, you just click on table and then click that graphic mode button, and then you get this version of the map instead. And my flat spot was around here, but if you actually look at the graphic mode, you can actually zoom in on it. Where are we? But as you can see, there's a gap right in there, and that corresponds to around this area here, which is, my flat spot was sort of more where it was sort of around it. It's very hard to tell when you're riding and trying to look at everything at the same time. That's why it's good to have a proper data logger which will data log the AFR, but I don't actually have that. I could get one, and I do want to get one, but it's a case of money at the moment and finding space on the bike to actually fit the control unit. But I could actually set up a system where I can have it on the tank or in a bag or something, and it's not permanently on the bike. But anyway, what I did was I managed to move these lines up. So if I hit table and modify it, so let's pick that first orange one, 2920, and you can see that's where that dip is. If I click that, I can bring that up to richen that up, and you can see where the old line used to be and where that one was. So I hit tick, and now you can see that's brought that up to there. So now I go 3140, this is RPM by the way, and that's still highlighted. I can drag that up, hit tick, and you can see it's brought that up. I'll do that with the others. See, and I did end up richening all this, I think. And you can see that smoothed that gap out, and that actually got rid of the flat spot I had. So that's how I did that. Oh, and then of course tick and then save the map. But this is for cylinder 2. So what we need to do, hit table, copy, go to cylinder 1, table, paste. Okay, so that's done it on both cylinders. When you go into, I probably showed you this the other day, in the fuel trim mode, when you modify this, let's just pick some random numbers and do that, and pick tick, and hit map. That's to apply the trims, that's to actually store that setting. You've got a little F trim global tick there. If that's ticked, it will apply it to both cylinders. If that's unticked, it will just do one. But I haven't found a way to do that with graphic mode, so I'm not going to apply that to this map. I'm not going to save this map either, because this is an old map I don't want to change. But I don't think you can do that in graphic mode. I think you have to save each, I think you have to copy that and put it onto the next one. I'm not sure, I might be wrong. Someone else might be able to tell me that. And since the other day, I've also tidied up this mess around here to make everything a lot smoother. And also the other day I said I was going to show you how I did the map for the ignition, so we'll do that now. So for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to use the original Bobbert Black map. This is actually the map which I have altered for my bike for everything I've done. So that's why whenever I'm doing work on my map, you'll see that 30233 down the bottom there, which is the standard Bobbert black map for my bike, or one very similar to it. So we're just going to use that map, and we'll go to timing. You can adjust first gear, second gear, and third to fifth, and neutral even, all separate. But what I've done, just to keep things simple at the moment, is kept them all the same, and then when I'm on the drag strip, I'll probably alter the timing and stuff in first, depending on how the bike's performing off the line and stuff like that, which is really handy function you can do on this one. So basically I need to retard the timing whereabouts the motor's boosting. So someone sent me a power commander map with the timing details in it, and it was retarded 4 degrees flat out at 100% throttle, 7,000 RPM in a certain rev range. So because I couldn't get a Tune ECU base map, this is how I did it. I got the figures off of Power Commander and then adapted them to this. So what I did is I just modified them cells. So I hit table, modify, and then I think this is not the exact map I did, this is just for the example of the video. I think it was from about 3,300, about 49% throttle upwards. I retarded all that by 4 degrees. So my maximum advance was 28 degrees. There, so tick that. So I didn't actually hit them cells there. I can hit them now. Drag that down to 28. Hit tick. So now that's modified that area there. And there's also an area around here which I did, which is sort of on acceleration. So I modified them as well, which was from about 3.3. It was around there somewhere, but just for the purpose of this video we're going to do it there, and I only retarded that like 2 degrees. So that's how I adjusted the timing. Let's tick that. So now if I go over to graphic mode, I'm playing about with graphic mode right now, I really like it. You can see what I've just worked on. You can see that it's gone down there quite a bit, and now it's a bit of a sort of mess around here. But what I can do to smooth that out now is in graphic mode, hit table, modify. Let's open that up a bit so I can see it a bit better. God knows how you do this on a phone. So let's bring these two yellow ones down a bit, or retard them a bit. Not that one. Not that, or rather actually bring these green ones up. Yeah, so that one there, we can bring that up. So let's hit that. You can select all three together as well and bring them up. Let's bring that up a bit as well. So you can spend a lot of time smoothing all this out and making it better. You get the idea. You can mess around with all of these until you've got it a lot smoother, and you can get rid of all this mess, which in theory is going to be smoother on the bike, and it's going to be easier for the ECU to read. I think it adjusts a lot of this itself on the fly anyway, but if you can get the map nicer to start with, it's going to be a lot easier for it. So that's a great way of doing it, because I found that I was adjusting stuff just with the cells, and then everything all looked a bit of a mess, and actually to smooth it all out with the cells it takes forever, because you've got to select individual cells and stuff like that. But if you go to graphic mode, you can see exactly where it needs doing. So this is so much quicker and easier, and I'm really pleased I managed to work this out now. I will be doing a separate video all about graphic mode when I get a little bit better at it, so I'm going to put that together as a separate video. So, time to get it on the seat of the pants dyno. And you're coming with me for the first pull. Well, it won't really be a full pull. So we're just going to gradually build it up. It's a little bit leaner already, which is good because it was way too rich down here. So I'm gradually just going to build the speed up, keep an eye on the AFR, see if I can feel it pinging or hear it. That's quite difficult, but I think I'm pretty safe with the timing. It's not until it really sort of starts boosting that really sort of matters. It rides absolutely fine down here. AFR's good. It's actually more responsive right from the word go. It's nice. It's a little bit lean cruising, like when it's like 3 psi boost or something like that, but that's not a problem. Start building the revs up a little bit now. Might sort of try 3rd gear or whatever. I went up to 5 psi then. Not sure where my throttle was, not even halfway. That was sort of 3/4 throttle. I was just keeping it on the AFR and just listening out for pinking, knocking, whatever. It feels absolutely beautiful, to be honest. I feel pretty safe to wind this up now. It's not actually boosting. It gets to like 3 psi and just stops. Wonder why that is. You might have been doing this before. I haven't ridden it hard lately. It might actually be the amount I've retarded the timing as well, because I did retard it quite low. It's got a very safe tune on it right now. But I'll go back, check the supercharger oil and make sure the belt's actually tight enough and it's not slipping, and make sure I've got no boost leaks and stuff, and which I don't think I have, and then take it from there. It could be the belt. I think that is too loose. It does feel like timing as well though, but I'm pretty sure it should still, the boost should still climb with the revs because it's fixed. It's not like a turbo. I'm pretty confident it was the belt slipping that was a problem. Well, I'm 50% confident it was that, and the other 50% is the timing. So we'll see what it's like now. If it's still holding back and not boosting, I'm going to start upping the timing. I don't know if that's going to be today. I want to actually get back and edit all these videos I've been making this weekend. Probably going to be the trailer video first before this one, but you'll probably know that if you're watching this video and I've made this video afterwards. I don't know, it gets confusing because I'm filming two at the same time at the moment, because I've just tried to take the opportunity while the weather's nice to actually get this done, and the weather was shit yesterday, which is why I was doing a trailer, because I wanted to be doing all this yesterday. But I can't control the weather. All I can control is what I do, so that's what I've been doing. Well, I only hit about 9 psi boost there before I hit the rev limiter. I think the timing needs sorting out a bit maybe, but that was second gear. Maybe the third gear is probably going to be a different story maybe. I'm a bit scared to do that though on the road, because in third gear, because you're going pretty quick when you're like when you're getting it higher up in the revs. I'm just a bit worried about losing my driving licence, that's all. I don't want to do that, because you can't break the law on the street, it's not right. I'm confident I've got a safe tune on it. I've just got to find the opportunity to... It's a bit hard today as well because the sun's out and I can't see the AFR gauge very well. There's a lot going on, so I might just have a little blast up here and then call it a day for now. But yeah, it wasn't boosting to 10 before, it is now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that belt was way too loose. Definitely got more torque though, definitely. Even if it hasn't got much more boost, it's coming on a lot earlier, so it's all good. But I'm pretty sure when I get it on the drag strip, I can really sort of concentrate on going flat out, it's going to make a lot of difference. Yeah, I like it. It feels good. It feels good. The dump valve's working good. I don't know if you can hear it on here. I know the Supercharger's got enough oil in it now because it's coming out. Look, that's how you tell it's full. Okay, so I've upped the timing a bit now. Don't know if I'm going to get a chance to try it out today. I certainly won't on the way to work, but maybe on the way back from work I'll find somewhere I can open it up a bit. Still farts about a bit when it's cold like now, because I've practically just started out and just jumped straight on it. It's actually easy to tune it for drag racing and wide open throttle, because you're only sort of concentrating on one area of the map. The hard bit is getting it to run smooth, like throughout acceleration and sort of cruising and just general riding about. That's a bit what takes the time. See if we can get stopped at the lights, which didn't happen the other day. Got no one behind me. Oh, yeah, here we go. Find it quite hard riding in these gloves. Well, I hardly touched the throttle then. It's just effortless low down at the moment. Right, I've done quite a bit of work smoothing this map out. Got rid of my flat spot, and it normally really farts about and messes about when it's cold. So I've just jumped straight on the bike, started up and jumped straight on it. And we'll see what happens. Normally going up the road here it's coughing and farting and all sorts, so I'm hoping that's a lot better. And then I'm going to find somewhere to go and wind it up. That's way better. It did have a little spit there, but that's nothing compared to what it used to be like. Here we are again, look. $123 k's we just got out of that last tank. So it was a bit more than I thought actually, considering all the messing about and stuff I've been doing with it. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but in the videos I'm producing now, I'm rabbiting on a lot more about all sorts of different stuff and my thoughts and things that are going through my head. So I don't know if you like that or not, but that's what's happening. I'm doing a lot more vlogging, I guess you'd say. This is so much better low down. I can ride below 60 k's an hour in 4th gear now. It's absolutely better everywhere. I think that's more to do with the fact that the tune I had on it and what I've refined a bit now is more suited to the extra boost. A little bit lean there. I'm going to go back and reaching it up. Because like at them sort of revs I don't want to take any risks. That's sort of above 5,000 towards 6,000 RPM there. So I'll do that like this for now. So I'm going to do this with the fuel trim tables. So what I'll do, table modify. Where's my other glasses? Oh, that's better. So from 44 all the way up there. This is a very crude way of doing it. So I'll take all of that from 4400 up to 7000 RPM through all the throttle ranges. I'll take that fuel up 20%. I could probably get away with 10, but I'd rather put more in and be on the safe side and then take some more out later. So hit tick, tick, table, no, map, apply trims, apply trims. So now that's all richer, and now I can check it. If I go to graphic mode, you can see that's raised all that up there. See, and there's that big gap there. But what I'm going to do is I'll refine this later. I just want to make sure it's okay there for now. I'll either lower that down or bring that up depending on what it needs and make that a lot smoother. That is that's typical, isn't it? I just got to where I want to go to test it and it's raining. Works. Works. I'm hoping that this shower isn't actually at the bit of road I'm looking for. I'm going the same bit of road that I've filmed some acceleration comparisons on before, so that I can actually film it and then go back and look at that video and compare it to the old videos when it had the bigger pulley on and stuff. Well, it's not really raining, it is a bit greasy though, but this road surface is pretty good. So I'm going in a straight line and it's not really wet yet, so we're going to give it a go. I've got traction control. It did, I don't know if you saw that, the traction control light did actually come on then, and it cut the engine a bit, so it did hold back. Definitely got way more torque though. It's beautiful out here. I'd love a property out here. That is my plan though. I keep missing gears as well when I'm accelerating. Oh, it's a shame it's so wet. Keep missing gears because you really got to concentrate on hanging on. It pulls so hard and the roads are bumpy and stuff like that. It can be a bit of a handful. Blue skies now, sun's coming out. But well, it's beautiful now. We should have waited an hour. Oh well. I wanted to get it done because I know the weather's a bit funny at the moment, and I wanted to get it done while I've got a chance. Right, that's that then. It's definitely got way more torque and more power. So I don't know whether it was actually wheel spinning, the traction control coming on, or the clutch slipping when I was in the rain, or maybe all three. And I was riding pretty gingerly as well because it has got bags of torque and it's a little bit scary in the wet. Even with traction control, I'm a little bit wary at the moment because I'm not sure what it's going to do. But I didn't really look at the boost gauge, and I tried to look at it going back on the videos. I couldn't really see it that well, but I think it's only sort of boosting to sort of 10, 11 PSI. I was hoping for a bit more than that. But thinking about it now, the figures I'm thinking of are actually for a Thruxton. And the difference between the Bobbert setup and the Thruxton is the Bobbert frame. The outlet for the Supercharger has been modified. It's been squeezed in a bit, it's had a little bit cut out and a bit welded in, so it actually clears the frame. So that's a bit of a restriction in the Supercharger outlet. And also the plenum chamber on the Bobbert is way smaller than on the Thruxton as well. So that's sort of maybe where it's holding that back a bit. But this is stuff I'm going to sort of work on in the future or near future and find out. I am probably going to modify the frame and the outlet on the Supercharger so it's got a proper outlet. It's just the frame's going to have a sort of bit of a kink in it and stuff like that. But I don't really think them bits of the frame are very structural anyway on the modern Bobbert, because the motor's hung at the front and basically the frame's sort of that shape and those bits around the front, they don't really serve much structural integrity, I don't think. Not as much as they used to on the old Triumphs. Anyway, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Down here, well, that's where the frame's bolted to the motor, so that's why I don't think these are doing a lot. But I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, you can quite well actually. You see the way the frame goes through the outlet of the Supercharger. What I need to do is actually do it the other way around, so I modify the frame so I can keep the Supercharger with its big outlet. For those of you who comment about sound quality, I'm sorry about that as well, but I've got a limited budget and I've got to decide where my money goes. Does it go on audio and video equipment, or does it go on progressing with the Bobbert itself? And the channel is all about me and the Bobbert at the moment, not about me and the audio quality. So that's how it is at the moment. And it's more real. I try and keep everything as real as I can. So I'm confident the tune on it's nice and safe now. I'm gradually going to smooth it out for on the street, and I'm really looking forward to getting on the drag strip now. And I may play about with sort of maybe upping the timing a little bit. I'm not sure. It's at 24 degrees maximum flat out at the moment, which I think is about right for the amount of boost it's got. Oh, and of course I need to sort the boost problem out as well. This video has dragged on a bit now, but I've thoroughly enjoyed making this one and recording it. So if you haven't already subscribed, comment, I'll get back to you. Like, share, all that good stuff, and have a great day.